Well, well, well. What have we here? We have Vessel Massus, boat. And I also leveled up the Family Hierarch, Family Hierarch Ishmael. I did also happen to, what would you call it? Yeah, spent all my resources. Is what it is, but, yeah, just, I'm out of XP and it hurts. XP grind is real, but, yeah. Other than that, nothing much has changed. I'm debating whether or not I want to run... I want to take off someone to put in Ryoshu, but, like... I like these two so much, and also it's not going to make a difference. The team is cracked on its own, so... I'm just gonna roll with it. It's so big. That's what she said. Amazing. I didn't know there were remaining vessels of this class in Iberia. It is a very cool looking ship. I love ships that mix the, like, more modern style with, like, traditional style with sails. I think they look so great. Treasure Planet is what comes to mind, and that is peak. Aha! I espy her name here. Is called by the name Rebellion de la Masses. Rebellion of the Masses? I know, I don't know too much Spanish, but that seems pretty straightforward. Ah, damn it. Rebellion de la Masses. Revolt of the Masses, is it? A name very much mired in peculiarity, indeed. I thought it was going to be somewhat around Mephi size at most. Are you sure you can get the ship fixed in a day or two? As I briefed you yesterday, the great majority of the time-consuming repairs had already been completed by the villagers. The extent of our repair efforts only concerns a few components within the vessel that the villagers could not repair, which shouldn't take us much time. Unless parts that are unfamiliar to Faust are also malfunctioning, such as the core engine, remaining repairs should be sufficiently managed by Faust. Is a little unsettling. Still, please be thorough about it, just in case. I'd rather not be set on a sinking ship again. The experience of the Great Lake was enough. Do not worry, Dante. Unlike Mephistopheles, most functions of this vessel, buoyancy gear, propellers, steering gear, are all in operational capacity. This repair should be much easier than the case with Mephistopheles. You seem confident enough. Should be safe this time around, right? Are we taking that rope to climb up the ship? No, there's a lift-like apparatus down here. It should take us right up to the ship. Its stability was verified yesterday. Let us board the lift. You're 100% certain, right? The boat is afloat right now, Dante. I don't think it'll be sinking anytime soon. Wouldn't that be nice? Boy, are you two just gonna faff around down here? We're heading up now. No, we're going with you. Wow. This is like, yeah, probably more high-tech than usual. This isn't really gold, is it? It sure is shiny as heck in here. I've got butterflies in my stomach. A-S. Aesthetically satisfying, she says. But too ostentatious. Not quite my style. I love that word. Ostentatious is such a fun word. Our young Mephi is also quite the excellent vessel, yet imagine the adventures we can embark on aboard this vessel most lavishly decorated. Trying to get a good look at things. It's you can't make anything out, but it's pretty freaking big and cool. The aesthetic is very nice. I've always like enjoyed the Arcanite aesthetic. Like just from what little I've seen, which is very little, it seems pretty cool. This must have been an investigative or research vessel of sorts, but it does seem a bit extravagant for one of those, though. Look, coordinates. Updating in real time, it seems. The coordinates seem to have been set to somewhere out in the middle of the ocean. Maybe it points to a small inlet. No, no inlet there. Wah! Blimey, lass. You sure know how to sneak up on people. Mayors? Ah, what? Did I actually surprise you? I did ask if you guys were going to come by and fix the boat today. But still, I didn't know you'd be here. Why are the coordinates set to this location? There are several undersea cities beneath these coordinates, collectively known as Aegir. Gramps' home. I see. Understood. What was understood, if I may ask? It is now understood why the promise to repair the vessel, or repair the ship, was sufficient to earn the trust and the title of saviors. What's she on about? Someone get translating. Consolidating and cross-referencing the observed particular circumstances of the village with the statements from the village chief, alongside information garnered from exchange with mayors, it's possible to gauge the significance of the ship's repairs has to the local populace. Of course, while this may constitute a sequence of logical connections that poses a certain challenge for Heathcliff to comprehend, to employ any degree of effort to attempt to explain it in a more digestible language would constitute a pursuit of inefficiency, but same difference. Lower the baton, I implore you. I shall explain in full. I was wondering that Miss Smartass would start camming like that again. So what's she on about? A brief observation of the village seemed to suggest that their subsistence situation was quite dire. Much of their daily sustenance consisted of dried food, most of them made for long-term storage purposes. Considering what Scotty said about the coastal areas full of danger, maybe those dried seafoods aren't from around here either. Maybe it's food they packed from when they first came to Ferro Muerto? Some villages were armed, yeah, and those sea terrors weren't exactly that formidable, but given the state the villagers are in, I doubt they'd have an easy time repelling these monsters. Indeed, and that brings us to the question of sustenance. Are they cannibals? Do they eat people? Right, I get what's going on here. The lass and her granddaughter are about to visit their hometown, and they're trying to get some food supplies from there to feed the villagers, and to convince them they're planning to use the fact they're from the same neck of the woods. Or sea, I guess. I was wrong, it's not cannibals. I'm too used to Project Moon. They're just gonna get food supplies from the underwater cities. When they said underwater cities, I thought they meant like ruins of Atlantis. But no, if they're like active, then yeah, of course. Oh, so we're not just repairing the ship, we're repairing their food supply plan too. Huh? What's wrong? It's, what's with the annoying look? Wait, oh, you sods. You don't think I'm that dim-witted, do you? Top-notch intuition. It's just, it's been a while since you've shown that side of yourself. He's always had good intuition. You know, when you really think about it, it's kind of your fault for... Ah! I've been too soft on you lately, haven't I? Oi, get back here. Angry British. Ahem. Now with those fools out of the conversation, was he correct? It would be so nice if it was voiced, but I understand that it would have been really difficult with the new characters and voice actors. Honestly, I'm surprised. He was on point. Yeah, food's been running low in the village. At this rate, we won't last another year. But the Aegir will. I'm sure they'll welcome us with open arms. Let's not bet on it. I don't want to come off like I'm overly worried, but do you think they'll welcome the others too? Unlike mayors, or chief, they're not Aegir. I believe they will. Iberia suspects and hates the Aegir for no other reason than that we're from the sea, but our home cannot have fallen so low to abandon a group of starving land dwellers. Prithee, might thou explain to us who the Aegir are? I had initially thought it might be a reference to a region, yet it also seems to refer to an affiliation of sorts. Maybe there's something like nest dwellers? Though I don't think I've heard of a nest that accepts back treats people with open arms. Or maybe they used to be some rich folk? If they call them Nestoff's A-gear here, then does that make the rabbit ear and last A-gear too? Wait, in the world you came from, did they not distinguish between races? Oh my god. That is not entirely true. Delineation between races is a concept that does exist. However, as a general rule, it can be said that the humans are... Excuse me. Humans should be the only intelligent life forms in the city. Yeah, I guess it would be really weird to go from a place that has... like, you know, normal... Not normal in quotes, you know what I mean? Like, judging races differently to a place where it's like, yeah, just humans and then weird stuff. And then usually the weird stuff is hostile and terrible, and we hate it, but for the right reasons. So it's funny. Like, you know, for the most part, you know, you have like things like humans and blood fiends, which is like the closest we get to that kind of relationship. But no, in general, humans are humans, and that's just what it is. The people of Terra have slightly varying appearances depending on their race, like my Hadus ears. And I've got pointed ears because I'm an Aegir, though it's not a characteristic of every Aegir shares. The closest idea to what they are discussing appears to be, by context clues in the manner of word usage, including the means of classification. The closest example in our worlds would be blood fiends. Similar external appearances to humans, different natures, comparable sapiens. Yep. Called it. 'Tis of my belief that blood fiends are ostracized due to their nature that maketh coexistence with humans difficult. It may be that the Aegir are also. I'm sure some of them do possess qualities that make coexistence with others difficult, but they're probably rare. Then wherefore are they made subjects of suspicion and hatred? That's... well, the language is new, but the idea itself is pretty familiar to city folks like us. Think of feathers of fallen wings, kids born in the back streets, people who replace their body parts with prosthetics. The form differs, yet in essence we find the thread. Yeah, it's like, there is that, yes, of course. But, like, it's, yeah, it's weird to have more, like, on-brand racism, you know? The point is, you guys are doing us a real solid by fixing up the ship. Let's move on from the gloomy conversations, okay? I want to show you the cooler parts of the ship. This way. The ship tour may have to wait. The repairs are almost complete, but an issue has arisen. Issue? Oh, wow, that's not reassuring at all. Multiple life forms identified ahead, assumed to be a sea terror horde. The ship's radar system seems to suggest that the vessel is surrounded. They're the same monsters from yesterday. Executive Manager, please order us to prepare for battle. Damn it. Are they the sea terrors you encountered? They look a bit different, but yeah, probably. There's a lot of them, but if our last experience tells us anything, we should be able to handle this. Amiya, please support us in battle like you did yesterday. No, sorry. As an announcer, I thought they were going to give her Sprite, like, stuff, and, like, no. Of course they wouldn't, but it would be cool. Canst thou fight, young mayors? I feel like I'm just going to get in your way. Then, guys, find a place to keep mayors as far as possible from the battle. And let's hurry down there. We don't want them damaging the ship any further. Yippee! Alright, yo, look at this art! Yo, this looks great! Cool, we got these, like, dog things. Chelsea Runner, Deep Sea Slider. They sound like freaking menu items, but yeah, let's fight them. I mean, listen, if it gets a little more complicated, we'll not auto, but like for now, it's like, you know, we're just enjoying the cutscene.
길을 열어. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠군. 깔끔하게 물었군. 다음은 어디로?
More damage. Blow him up. Light him up.
무상한 모습. 불빛을 지원했군.
넌 깔끔하게 물었군. 말로 보란다. 저 해충들을 도려내. 물론고 오여. 길을 열어.
Love their combo.
푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데. 바람 불어오는 대로.
Let's go. And also Zichun doing Zichun things. So wait, I forgot about her kit.
필요한 관심은
When did she like take people off the frickin' board? It's her defense skill, right? Yeah, she needs to get, so she has 3 launcher now, so if I put in that, does that mean she's gonna retreat and sub people in? I'm interested.
물론고. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 예상 못했나봐. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
Okay, so here we go. There we go. She retreated. Okay, she's gone. Is she coming back?
바람 불어오는 대로.
I thought she would sub somebody in. Maybe I read it wrong.
짓밟아라.
Yay, mission accomplished. It's fun. Oh no, no, Faust was always there. I don't know, guys. Listen, it's been a long time. I haven't used the kit that much. I'll get it. Don't worry.
핏물진 길을
I probably just did not wait long enough for the actual
세월이 지나면
thing to come through.
홍어는 그제야
Let's see.
알게 되겠지.
Let's see what we got here.
홍어가
Number of affected allies equals launcher. Yada yada yada. On the turn, this unit substitute retrieve from the field, gain ready, and then combat start from the very first skill in the skill order. Use Crimson Strike from the launcher. Okay. And then form a battlefield retreat. Turn end. On tree, move to the foremost of the backup unit's deployment order. Okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
획대에서 내려 전장으로. 이상이요.
시간 끌 것
행색이 이
없이
샘으로 꿰뚫어가.
모조리 지워버리자.
내가 봤어. 내가 아시의 이상을
무상한
남겨줬던 호위 이상이요.
불빛을 지원했군.
저 해충들을 도려내. 쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데. 사여, 길을 열어라.
깨치시게.
열어젖히고.
Alright, what is this? Oh, shoot. They stack a thing, and then the next stacks they become staggered. Well, that's okay. We'll live.
불필요한 관심은
You have one
사용하죠.
stack of launcher.
저는 조용한 게 좋아서요.
Interesting. So she has to be in there a little bit longer. I saw that you sang. I saw you drop that freaking head flip. Don't think I didn't see it.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
Again, the battlefield is just gorgeous though. Like the waves sweeping in. This looks super great.
한쪽에 잘 생각해보라고. 그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데. 목을 떨궈주마. 고작 이 정도 푸름을 틔울 수.
사실은 좋았어요.
정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
Oh, I don't have any backup units. I didn't select any. Oh, I'm a dummy. No wonder. Oh, I thought someone was yelling at me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't cringe. I totally forgot. I never set backup units because I always feel like there's no point to it, but there's actually a really big point to it with this team. Uh-oh. Ow. Drop the heads flip. That's a bummer. The sinking too is not helping. There we go. Let's frickin' go. It's so sick. Yeah, let's go. And we got the frickin' murder bird. He's adorable, even when he's a little ball of rage.
시간 끌 것 없이 모조리 치워버리자.
목을 떨궈주마. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 고작 이 정도 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 마음 놓고 열어젖히고 바람 불어오는 대로 짓밟아라.
Mission accomplished. You know what that reminds me of? Frickin' Metal Gear. Reminds me of Metal Gear 5. Like the mother base, sort of. Or the mother base and the iDroid, like, UI robot voice. Yeah, that reminds me of that. The remaining entities have all returned to sea. Is everyone okay? We're doing peachy, but what about the ship? Ah, is the ship okay? Minor damages to the hull, but nothing that will impede the ship's operational capacities. Phew. So, I noticed during the battle, I might be wrong of course, but I think I noticed how around the end of the battle, those monsters were starting to go after the manager? You're probably right, actually. I noticed too, at some point during our battle, those monsters realized that it was the manager who's commanding the rest of us. I sensed the very same. Their movements were fluid and adaptive, as though they were learning our behavior. But why does the Church of the Deep worship monsters like them? That ain't much of a question, isn't it? They must have all gone mental. I mean, you know. That's not nice, but it's probably right. I'm sure they have many reasons, but Seaborns are beings of infinite potential. So much, though, there's no superlative big enough to properly convey the scale. As organisms, they can endlessly evolve and adapt. Every time they encounter a new environment or a new element, they transform themselves into other Seaborns. Maybe that's their draw. That fascination may be an attitude most befitting a researcher, yet the transformation of fascination into idolatry is, if I may be frank, not entirely positive. I find them pretty uncomfortable. They just remind me of whales. Then can they adapt to learn a language to communicate with us? What? Going by everything we heard, I think they sound really smart. I heard there was a Seaborn who could talk. I'm sure it's a character from the game. If non-humans speak the language of humans, regardless of its testament to their intelligence, I can only think of two possibilities as to why they would. One, to communicate with humans. The other, to deceive humans. More often than not, it's the latter. But what about distortions? Some of them already know how to speak. Distortions are phenomena in which humans transform into monstrous forms first observed after the White Nights and Dark Days incident. A while since you heard that. Therefore, that example is irrelevant to Otis's supposition. Supposition? White Nights and Dark Days. Pillar of light in the city. Did it really? What? Did Don Quixote tell her about that? That'd be a weird thing to come up. How have you come across this knowledge, Miss Mayers? Oh, that... Ain't it obvious? We got the culprit right here. The storyteller lass who's been gabbing on with no end. That's suspect. She should have known about that. Because there's no reason Dawn would have mentioned that. Like, because that doesn't concern fixers. Like, she would talk about... Like, the only way you would bring up the White Nights and Dark Days event is, like, you know, talking about fighting distortions. And then going into the spiel of where they came from. Yeah, she's been talking nonstop all morning about all kinds of stories, hasn't she? Oh, yet I have not gotten that far. There you go. You again. You really didn't get so lost in your stories that you blabbed all about our company's secrets, have you? Nay, fee, I simply would not. That's, ooh. Maybe Mayers is not best. I wonder which of the two the Seaborns are. Their sense of self is really, really faint, so I don't think they'd be in either category. I think it's possible that they learned human language out of instinct that the power of speech might help them survive. It appears that you, Miss Mayers, are quite the expert on the subject of Seaborns. Your knowledge of them goes beyond what fear for one's survival may yield, thereby suggesting a different means of acquisition. Do you, by chance, worship the Seaborns? I don't worship Seaborns. Seaborns don't have any hopes or wishes, just desire for survival. Miss Mayers, does that mean if Seaborns were somehow able to hope? Maybe so. Is that so? The repairs are complete. Yeah, there's a lot of tension there. I'm guessing repairs are done. Or they're done. Yes, the ship is ready to set sail. Did you have a departure time in mind? Departure time and date in mind? I would prefer if we could depart as soon as possible. We don't have a set time or anything, but I think we should be able to set sail this late afternoon at the earliest. Sorry, Hedyon. That soon? As you've seen, we don't have a lot to bring with us, haha. By the way, how far to sea do you guys need to go? We need to find this dimensional door of sorts. I could see the dimensional door's light from the beach at night. It was faint, but given how the light's strong enough to break through the sea fog, we should be able to determine its location somewhere around the coastal waters. So we can go back tonight? The first order of business is to relay the news to the villagers. Yeah, back to the village for now. Interesting, the plot is deepening. Maybe our friend is not as friendly as we thought, or maybe they have hidden motives. As per usual. Uh-oh, Inquisition coming. There's something going on in the village. Yeah, I hear it too. I'm hearing people shouting and hollering. Ooh, who's that over there? Inquisitor. I think we've been found. Yo, they look sick. Man, yeah, they're definitely the bad guys, because they have the coolest outfit. So, the Inquisition has discovered our village. Do you really think you could forever stay out of the Inquisition's gaze, citizen? That's a naive dream. Fabius disappeared from the Inquisition mid-interrogation under charges of suspicion of membership within the Church of the Deep. Last known location, Salt Flat. The other Inquisitors have informed me that you have been identified next to the pirates in the fringes. From a criminal to an outlaw, what a dramatic evolution to your career. But it ends here, now. Every citizen here, including you, will be accompanying me to the Inquisition. They have never broken a single law, nor are they outlaws of any kind. They are not like me. They disregarded the Inquisition's authority, evaded the gaze of Iberia, and found this sodden coast a lurkin. Tell me I'm not supposed to find that suspicious. What are you talking about? You can't just start arresting people left and right with a tenuous suspicion like that. You shouldn't. We only wish to live a quiet life, ma'am. Is that so? Then you might find yourself returning to this village one day, as long as you're telling the truth. Which is not an option for you, Fabius. Mayers, was Chief really a pirate? Well, yeah, but as far as I know, he's been out of the game for a while. And even when he ran with the pirates, all he did was share famed beast jerky to the villages. Are you sure about that? Or carry Aegirians between them. Even if you're telling the truth, Mayors, I doubt the Inquisition will be lenient. Well, what now? I have but one question to ask. That Inquisitor, is she following the proper legal procedures? Yeah, lawful personality type right there. I don't know much about the laws of Iberia, but Dr. Kalstedt told us that the words of the Inquisitors were pretty much the law here. It is likely that she's following the proper legal procedures. The procedures are precisely what the villagers have fled from, after all. That it is decided. Executive Manager, we best immediately return to the ship, take command of it, and sail out on our own. It is unwise to involve ourselves directly in this conflict. What? Are you seriously suggesting that we just leave him to arrest the villagers? Did you hear what the Inquisitor said? It seemed quite cut and dry to me. This is just standard procedure with no local laws broken. We are in no place to involve ourselves. Our best hope is to take the ship before they impound that too. We can't do that, even if it's standard procedure. Even if they're working within the law, it's not... You stayed up to hear the mayor's story too, didn't you? You know, the N-Corp Inquisitors were working within the law too. They came from my village. That was the standard procedure too. If anyone had stepped in then... Yeah, exactly. Of course he would be the one. And I'm not, like, disagreeing with him, just, yeah. I know what you went through, but I'd still rather not take a risk in an unfamiliar environment like this. I will try my best to figure out how to sail that ship. If I cannot, then I have faith in Ishmael to quickly learn its controls. I can't say you're wrong, but I don't know. Neither you nor I know anything about the ocean currents here, Otis. We can get the ship going, but I can't guarantee that we'll reach the dimensional door without any trouble. Do you know anything about the sea currents in this region? Not much, but I know the coastal sea somewhat. And you can't fight the Inquisitors directly here in Iberia. I think with a ship might be the better option. What should we do, Dante? Yeah, I guess it's kind of awkward for us to just take the ship and go, huh? How about we try to talk to the Inquisitor? Oh, my poor sweet boy. My sweet, sweet boy. I think we should at least try to hear them out first. Them being the Inquisitor and the Chief both. If the discussion is going well, we might be able to get the Inquisitor's support. Inquisition's support. Like Mr. Hong Lu said, we should hear them out first, then try to convince them. Rabbit's right, she said. Are you certain that translation was accurate, Sinclair? Right, there's no way Ryoshu would choose anything other than violence, right? Tush, idiots. It's because the other options are pointless. Inquisitor's seen us. We're already under suspicion. She will doubtlessly try to stop us if we flee now. So talk first. Lower her guard, then attack. There it is. Yep. We love you, Ryoshu. We love you, girl boss. Gaslight Gatekeep girl boss. Pretty sure that's not what Amiya meant. Well, if she's already onto us, we shouldn't give her any excuse to attack us by running away. I was wondering what you were doing there, lurking in the background. A clock-shaped head. Are you from the Colombian Union? They're wearing a clock for her head due to reasons, but they have nothing to do with Colombian Union. What's the Colombian Union? TikTok. What? What language are they speaking? Regardless of whether you're from Colombia or not, you're certainly not from Iberia, let alone this village. You're not wrong, but I think there's been this sort of misunderstanding. I'm quite certain you don't know enough about these villagers to stand between them and an Inquisitor. How long have you been staying there? Or staying here? 2 days? But buddy, don't just tell her that. 2 days? Alright, enough of the chicanery. Get out of my way, outsider. The attempt appears to have been made on quite the unstable ground. Please lend us your ear for a minute, Inquisitor. I am Amiya, leader of Rhodes Island. Yes, I'm aware of Iberia's closed border situation. Oh, so not only are we dealing with outsiders of dubious origin, we have a legal entry as well. That's... we had to, because the issue demands urgency, and... oh, there we go. I've been briefed. Brazenly crossed the border, didn't you? Finally awake. Trying to cross the border, weren't you? I don't know how urgent this issue could be, but I doubt it's anything more significant than the situation at hand for Iberia and its Inquisition. The High Inquisitor is handling the Rhodes Island issue. Stay put and await the consequences while he and that chatty med doctor of yours talk it out. Do you know that your treatment may depend on her negotiation skills? As for the village chief, I understand that you have the right to arrest him, as he is a fugitive who has fled in the middle of interrogation and has been sailing with pirates. However, it is an inhumane treatment to arrest the rest of villagers as well. Inhumane? This decision is well within the rights bestowed upon the Inquisition. They've lived for years right next to the highly suspicious Aegir. The Inquisition must investigate the rest of them as well to verify whether they have committed any acts of treason against our laws. This isn't going anywhere, is it? Listen. They've been surviving for years upon years by the coast without the protection of the Inquisition. That simply cannot make sense. Boy, I think I've heard enough from you. Ain't it funny how you're blaming them for what essentially is a failure of your responsibilities? And now you roll up only to go, they shouldn't be alive. I'm arresting them all. What, are you saying these people should be dead or something? I am. There's no other way to cut it. People simply shouldn't be able to survive in a place like this. Not for this long. Huh. That's it. Lass, if you ever so much as touch the tip of a single villager's hair, please calm yourself, Heathcliff. Get your bloody hands off me. I've had enough of her. Continuing to threaten her will cause something irrevocably bad to happen. I believe you know that yourself, Heathcliff. What do you suggest, then? We're clearly not making any progress by trying to talk this out. Excuse me, Miss Inquisitor. What do you mean that people shouldn't be able to survive in a place like this? I mean it, literally. Even by some miracle that they actually do survive. They should at least be suffering from endless hunger, struggling to their wits' end at the inevitability of the calamity. But they look too healthy. The heck? Then shouldn't you be applauding them for managing to survive through so much hardship? I'm an Inquisitor. I'm not some crazy person on power high who goes around accosting and arresting civilians of Iberia straight to the gallows, okay? I have more than enough probable cause to take them in for interrogation. It's just I don't have the time or the energy to explain to every single one of them to you outsiders. I promise them a fair judgment, whatever that may be, after a proper investigation. So stop it with this obstruction of justice. Dante. Without the full picture of the circumstances, Faust advises against further antagonization of the local political authority. I agree with Faust. I get the feeling that she is some kind of heartless inquisitor that goes around indiscriminately executing innocents, like Miss Mayers told us about earlier. I don't think she's anything like the Inquisitors of Encorp we saw back with that call. Blah. Yeah, it's actually a very realistic thing, because I don't know myself, because I don't know the context for the Inquisition. They could be pretty alright in, like, actually lawful, or they could be Encorp. I literally don't know. I have to pick this up. It isn't the Inquisitor's job to answer your questions. Continue to obstruct me, then... Miss Mayers? I can answer your questions, so for now let's do as the Inquisitor says. Yet what of thy grandfather and the villagers? It's alright. I'm sure this is happening only because the Inquisitor doesn't know. What do you mean you'll answer the questions? About the profound silence. That's what they call the calamity that destroyed Iberia. Oh, here we go. Yep, alright. Okay, don't think we're fighting her, but... you know, things are getting tough. Nope, I did it again. Hold on, I did it again. Frick, how do I pull out? No, I don't want to... Fine, it's fine. Just, we're not going to have backup units. Decades ago, a great wave ravaged through Iberia. It wasn't long before the seaborns carried by the waves diminished Iberia's brilliant civilization to this. The waves. The profound silence then must have reduced the village to its current state as well. Is there any reason it's called the Profound Silence? It didn't seem to be the most appropriate moniker for a calamity like that. It's because the sea went dead silent before the waves came. The silence then claimed ships out at sea, then the cities of Iberia, then the Iberians. It was a tsunami, yeah. No one could say a word in face of an ineffable calamity. What? Just what are you? No average Iberian citizen should be privy to any of the information you're sharing. Secret. And the Church of the Deep is really capitalizing on the pandemonium that followed the Profound Silence. They pretend to be Aegir from the sea, delude the citizenry of Iberia, and are sowing chaos in our lands. So that's why they're arresting Aegir left and right. I can see the thought process, but... So it's understandable why the Inquisitor would want to arrest us. Dante. This isn't good. Sharing that seems to have been some kind of a taboo-like thing for the Inquisition. She's afraid. Uh-oh. The High Inquisitor once told me that, should I come across an Aegir who knows too much, there is a sliver of a chance that there may be of assistance to Iberia. Cease! Thou art threatening the innocents with thy brandishing of the firearm. But most are seduced by the allure of the sea. Thus, they are, without little doubt, our foes. I've got a bad feeling about this. Get out of my way. Final warning. Run! Who took her? Rhodia, that's great. Hell yeah, look at this. Don Quixote! Thou shalt go no further. I, a fixture of justice, shall not abide by as thou persecute them. Forsooth, 'tis a battle delayed and not avoided. This clash is inevitable. Monster. Oh. Yeah, who is it this time? That's enough meaningless bickering. Dr. Calstit. Oh, so it's not the male doctor, it's a female doctor. Okay. Do you know her? Yeah, she's Dr. Calstit. Rhodes Island Medical Department's... Dr. Calstit, behind you! Grr. Shoot first, talk later, is it? The negotiations are over. From this moment onward, Rhodes Island is now operating within legal capacity on Iberian territory under the Inquisition's authorization. Damn. Cool, she's got a summon. That penetrated a building. Though their walls may be weaker than the head standard for what counts as buildings' exterior walls, to punch through so many is... Oof. What a precise point it makes. Yeah, their firearms are cracked. The firearms in Limbus and like the city are kind of bad. I mean, you can kind of go crazy with bullets in the higher end, but for the most part, they're not super strong. Now's not the time to stand around impressed. It is a violation of a taboo to have that much penetrative power in a firearm. Yes, it is. Right, that's also why they're limited by the head, because it'd be too easy. We're not in the city. Don't lose your heads over this. Taboos don't apply here. My head knows that to be true, yet my heart finds it difficult to be still. That is enough of that discussion for now. It's advisable that we carefully observe and grasp the situation at hand instead of deliberating on the taboo of jurisdiction... On a taboo, the jurisdiction of which does not reach this far. Yeah, so the situation's gotten slightly better, right? If she's Zamia's friend, she's our ally. Besides, she's got some super powerful looking prosthetic gear looking thing too. Is that what you think? I apologize for the disappointment, but I'm not on anyone's side. In other words, your particular denomination ally may not be entirely correct. However, if I must define my allegiance, then let me inform you that the closest label would be that I am Inquisitor Irene's ally. Dr. Calstit. Amaya, outsiders. As much as you would like to deny it, the Inquisitor's suspicions are true. While it can be said that the process by which she reached that conclusion was unfair, the conclusion itself, without a doubt, is correct. So they're actually connected to the Church of the Deep? That is one way to put it. To be more precise, they aren't connected to the Church of the Deep, they are the Church of the Deep. Perhaps the village itself is a dilapidated church of their congregation. Our village, a church? Just look at our buildings. Heard we even congregate. Your thoughts, Faust? There are not many resources by which we may analyze the decision. However, the fact that Amiya's colleague has made the same argument as the Inquisitor brings the accused defense into question. Yet, I could hardly believe that young Mayers is lying to us. Hold on, you've been chatting plenty with the Inquisition or whatever. How do we know you weren't aligned with them the whole time? I see. You really are all entirely in the dark. An expected outcome, given that many of you are from a place beyond the dimensional door. As fortune should have it, there is no need for you to know that anyway. The truth is truth unchanging, without the acceptance from an errant group of outsiders. Besides, soon. I'm sorry, it seems we mired you in this trouble. Ah, no such thing. We shall not abide by one such injustice as perpetuated before our eyes. The village has already been identified by the Inquisition, and the Inquisition has even brought an ally. It seems quite unlikely that wars shall resolve this conflict. But we promise you, we will take responsibility for what is done. We have benefited far too much from your warmth and kindness not to do so. Well, damn. Man, they turned on us. Take responsibility. You don't have to go that far. Blimey. We are now departing for the sea, yet as we cannot bring ourselves to leave you here, I must ask that you join us for this journey. Become our blood kin. What are you doing? Stop. Damn it, the Inquisitor was right? Yeah, shanking us. Damn. Ah, Amiya, on your left. Black ribbon. Interesting. Someone flung them away. Didn't mean to be this late. Scatty, let me catch up to speed. I know the situation. This fishy smell was what I went to investigate earlier. But what about the sinners? How? I didn't notice any hostility or aggression. What an odd thing to say. Why would we hold any animosity against you? Why would we intend to kill you? We're not trying to hurt you. We're simply trying to give you a form better suited for the sea. Until we were obstructed. I apologize for our unfamiliarity has caused you trouble, Inquisitor. I won't make a big stink about what happened. What's truly unforgivable is that the heretics try to take advantage of the ignorance of outsiders to flee the Inquisition. And, even if you are outsiders, any lives lost on Iberian soil are my responsibility. It's my fault. I'm sorry it came to this. Oh, wait, lives lost? We're still alive, you know. We can shake off stab wounds like... This is most unfortunate, outsider. Huh? What? Your friends are either going to die or turn into seaborns. The daggers they stab with are laced with the flesh of sea terrors. Once that happens, most die, and the survivors become overwritten by their cells, becoming nothing more than another sea monster. What? That's not a very big deal. That's really funny. It's the one thing, isn't it? Like, we don't care that much about death or dismemberment or crazy stuff because we just turn back the clock. Yeah, you shouldn't let them fully transform. That's a weird thing, but like still, we should just kill them before they turn. That's, oh, this is so funny. Imagine out of context this to someone who's not familiar. Just, oh yeah, we should just kill them. I know this may be hard for you, but for what? Sorry to bother you with this, but can you kill my friends? And preferably the least painful way, you know? Oh, sorry. Was the last part kind of too much to ask? I'm traumatizing this cute little rabbit girl. Oh, this poor thing. Oh, I am so sad and so happy because it is so funny. My lord. Wait, don't give up already. If we bring them back to Rhodes Island, we should be able to do something to help them. How should I explain this? Guys, can you kill yourselves? Dante, I know what you mean, but I just can't right now. My strength has rapidly deteriorated since the ambush. It's kind of tinkly too, so maybe they use some kind of paralytic cocktail? Just trust me this one time. I can assure you it's not just giving up on them. But, Amiya, can you understand the outsider's speech? Yes, it's just that they're making a pretty difficult request. They want me to kill all their friends before they transform into Seaborns. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Decapitated all of them. What are you doing? Scotty? Don't let this spook you. This is just how we roll. Oh, this is so funny. This is the funniest. It's so funny. The clock turns. Yep. Rewind them back. Their wounds are disappearing. Resurrection. I don't think it's a real word. Metempsychosis or time reversal? Puzzling. I have no knowledge of which you'd interpret this technology. The cost seems to be that the pain is transferred to the one who rewinds. That seems too small a price to pay for such great power. Though the discussion of whether this can be categorized as power should be explored later. That's interesting. I really like that, actually. That's interesting to think of. It's actually a pretty low cost for Dante to do that. I don't know what they were thinking, but we should be able to find out once we take them down. Hell yeah, look at this art. Yo, look at this art. Everyone posing up. Frickin', ready to get into a fight. And this effect from the rewind, I assume. You dare deceive the executive manager and try to take their life? Prepare thyself, for thou shalt pay the price for making a mockery of justice. Yeah, we just can't let this slide, How unfortunate. I had high hopes that you would all become fine bloodkins. Kill! Let's do what we do best. Swift cultist of the deep.
시간
Kill.
끌 것 없이
시비수에게
모조리
이 앞에
지워버려.
숨쉬는 자 누구 하나 살려보내지 대부를 후이 저 해충들을 도려내라.
Having a lot of conversation going right now.
하여 길을 열어라.
무상한 목숨.
Nice. Big hit. Hey, and a stagger.
혈압도 바로.
He's so cute. He's a little ball of rage.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
Alright, guys. Kill him. See if we can take out some of the weaker ones. There we go.
어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
Love buffing up my boys.
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
Faust, come on now. You can go higher than that. Ah, sinking too. I mean, it makes sense, but damn. Paralysis? Ah. There we go. Also, very nice music. I wonder if this is Arknights or just themed, Okay. Dodge and hit that with a counter. Well, might be able to squeak out here with an ego, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, let's just throw in ego real quick. No big deal. Once we get rid of the chaff, I mean, you know, shouldn't be an issue. I'll lose, might have to carry. Yeah, 5% chance. Rip. Nice. There we go, Faust. That's what I like to see. Big skill 3.
나의 손으로 잘라낼 수 있다면
Nice, some sanity. Yo! He's got frickin' tentacle stuff. Freaky. Damn. I'll send Honglu after the boss. Everyone else can take the little ones.
날개를 펼치고 그 발톱을 걸어.
Let's go. Nice. Ow. There we go. There's one. There's two.
모든 것에 견뎠어.
Alright. Picked up a few more. Yeah, it's Command the High Show.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
Nice. Alright. Should be able to clear away all the chaff here. All the ants.
말로 받았다. 저 해초들을 도려내. 물 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라. 모여 길을 열어라. 물 넘고
There we go. Look at that, guys. We did it. We did it. Imagine frickin' seeing some of the frickin' stuff the centers are doing from outside perspective. It'd be frickin' crazy. Alright, let's light him up. Big skills.
시간 끌 것
Faust can take him.
모조리 지워버리죠.
What'd I tell you? Easy. Everyone else blow him up.
혈압도 바로.
Damn, on his own. I love that ID. It's so great. Yeah, this thing's super sick too. I don't even know what its deal is, but it's cool. But wait, I think they're heading to... He's running himself into a dead end. Are they seeking refuge at sea? Wait, that's where the ship is. That's where they're heading. They're trying to board the vessel masses. Wait, but we never told them the ship was repaired, so how... Just, ain't it obvious? The whole village is in on it. And it is surprised that they'd send someone to spy on us, or they know a way to get the ship floating even in its broken state. Vessel Masses? Vessel Rebellion de la Masses. The ship is marooned at a port in that direction. Wait, it can't be. How can a vessel that size become operational this fast? The exterior, the name. It must have been constructed during the golden age of Iberia. But how are we supposed to chase that? What if we built a raft and rode after them? Mate, come on. Sea's full of sea terrors. It won't get very far before it sinks. Do you see something, Amiya? You keep looking in that direction. Oh. Oh, wow, yeah, they just get away. I mean, we can't really stop them, I guess, but damn. Shoot.
또 한 줄 키를 남겼군.
I mean,
핏물진
damn.
기분이지만
That was rough.
세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지.
Can I get the thing yet? Oh, it's 1,000, Lamau. A couple more. I'm almost there.
몸을 바꾸었는지를.
Yeah, thank you, Honglu. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. That'll be it for this one. A little bit longer one, but I like to do these in big parts. So, yeah, hope you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying it, finding all this new lore, new stuff, things I don't understand, and trying to, like, catch up like the sinners are. But with that, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!